I'm joined by Senator Art Haywood. Senator, what are your thoughts on the governor's address today?
I was very pleased with the governor's address, particularly his focus on raising the minimum wage. As I have said over and over and over, we Harrisburg politicians give ourselves a raise every year. I've been here now 10 years and have received over $20,000 in cost of living raises during that time, while we deny those we represent, our neighbors, our constituents, a raise. So now is the time to get above 725, respect the dignity of these hardworking individuals, and get the minimum wage to $15 an hour. So that was the number one thing that I appreciate him saying.
This is one issue that governors have called for at least for the last 7 years. Is this something that you think can move through both the House and the Senate?
It's already come through the House. I think we have enough tension in the Senate to get it done, particularly with the momentum that we have in the public and from the governor's office. I believe that this is our year.
What do you think about the governor's calls for transportation funding, particularly as somebody who represents southeastern Pennsylvania?
When I went around the Commonwealth, four main obstacles are what people described as challenges to getting into the middle class, and transportation was one of them. Access to affordable transportation. This was both in the rural and urban areas, and I was very glad that he mentioned that. I was also glad that he mentioned we're going to try to address child care. That was another barrier that was mentioned in my conversations with neighbors. And the last one was affordable housing as a key barrier to getting into the middle class. And he's got some proposals to increase affordable housing. So he hit the four areas that I was aware of that are making it very difficult for people to get into the middle class. And I'm so glad he's got that focus.
Last year, the budget included an extra $1 billion toward education. Can we afford to continue to add on to the education funding appropriation?
We can't afford not to. Right? We've got to keep up this commitment to our children, to our young people, and to our communities. And we don't have a strong future unless our young people are prepared, and so we've got no alternative. The other thing is, it's not just because we want to see things better for our children. Our funding system's unconstitutional, and so we've got to rise to at least a minimum level of complying with the Pennsylvania Constitution.
What is your ultimate goal in this budget process?
My goal in this budget process is to get as many of the stated priorities of the governor across the finish line and passed in June.
One last question. This budget proposes taking roughly $1.5 billion from the rainy day fund. Is there an appetite to do that?
I have an appetite to do so. My sense of the rainy day fund is that we invest in things that will produce more revenue for the Commonwealth in the future, and we can invest more in the economic development projects that will create more opportunity in the future than we can get by 3 or 4 or 5% interest rate on money at a bank.
Senator Art Haywood, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Francine. Thank you.